Max Verstappen's first win for Red Bull on debut here. One of the great dramatic days in Formula One after the clash on the first lap of Hamilton and Rosberg. The entire crowd at turn 7 on their feet, cheering. An extraordinary race. It's always a treat to come back here for the Spanish Grand Prix. It's a sellout crowd of 140,000 here today as we await lights out for the long run down into turn 1. This is a 2.9-mile racetrack. Overtaking is challenging here, to put it mildly. There are 16 corners, but there's still a lot of drama and excitement to be found out there on track. It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Phoenix lines up on pole position, and it's Lewis Hamilton alongside. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Norris, Sainz, Russell, Oscar Piastri, Ocon, Gasly, Liam Lawson, Bottas, Verstappen, Tsunoda, Leclerc, Zhou, Stroll, Magnussen, Perez, Albon, Ricciardo and Logan Sargent. That's it then. It's time to go racing as we head down trackside for today's race. A warm welcome to Natalie Pinkham, who is beside me in the commentary box today. Let's talk about Phoenix. What do you make of their performance so far this season?
Well, they've been avoiding mistakes and have had solid pace, so it's been a good season so far. But whether they can keep that up long term remains to be seen.
Map is good, but we need to learn the gears, so go into each one when you can. We're going to need some work on the brakes, so put some energy into them and warm the tyres as well, please. Understood, copy that. Copy that. So weather shouldn't play a factor today. We're expecting it to remain dry all the way through. Superb parking there, mate. Let's make sure we get the edge on the surrounding drivers as the lights go out. Keep an eye on the lights. The start sequence will begin as soon as the grid is formed. Be ready with the clutch. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 2.9 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. They're sitting in 7th. Okay to use your overtake button. You're leading the pack, that's P1. Norris is behind you. Okay, push, gap to the car behind. 1.4 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Your pit window doesn't open for more than 20 laps. Copy. That was the fastest lap of the race so far. Okay, car behind trailing us, 3.7 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Their tyres are 2 laps old. We think they've got one more stop. And the time last lap was a 1 minute 20.8. Okay, Russell's behind you now. Okay, gap to the car behind. 6.5 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Okay, they've got 4 laps on their tyres. We think they've got one more stop. Time last lap was a 1:21.3. Gap to your teammate behind is 10.6 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. They're sitting in 7th. Your last lap time was a 1:21.4. Car behind by 6.8 seconds. Behind us is 8.4 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. We think they've got one more stop. And the time last lap was a 1:20.9. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 13.8 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. They're sitting in 7th. Time last lap was a 1:21.1. You're in first position, front of the pack. Okay, Russell's behind you now. Okay, the gap behind is 9.4 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Right, we have 2 stops left in this strategy, 2 more stops planned. Confirmed. Let's use overtake and burn off some of this energy. Okay, 2 stops left now, 2 stops. And that's 13 laps now until your pit window's open. Russell behind. Our gap behind is 10.8 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Okay, they've done 10 laps on those tyres. We think they've got 1 more stop. Your last lap time was a 1:20.9. Okay, Russell's behind you now. Okay, so the gap to the car behind is 12.8 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Their tyres are 11 laps old now. We think they've got 1 more stop. And the time last lap was a 1:21.1. fastest lap of the race. Didn't receive that. Repeat the message. Repeat the message. The fastest lap at this point in time is a 1:18.7. We don't currently have the data for that request. Okay, push, gap to the car behind, 18.1 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Their tyres are 13 laps old. We think they've got one more stop. Time last lap was a 1 minute 21.2. Second, and so the difference is 21.1 seconds. Your last lap time was a 1:20.9. Okay, car behind trailing us, 21.1 seconds. You're leading the pack, that's P1. Okay, Russell's behind you now. Okay, gap to the car behind, 21.1 seconds. They're on old mediums, and that's 6 laps until your pit window's open. Okay, 50 laps to go. Please repeat, you're breaking up. You're in first position, front of the pack. Russell behind. We're leading the car behind by 24.8 seconds. They're on old mediums. Your pit window is going to open in 3 laps time. Pit window opens in 3 laps. Okay, 47 laps to go. Gap to your teammate behind is 39.7 seconds. They're on old mediums. They're 8th. And the time last lap was a 1 minute 21.8. We're approaching the pit window and you're going to be on mediums. Okay, we want you to pit this lap, so push now, push.
And away we go. No problems, really smooth. Aston Martin will no doubt be very happy with that start.
Okay, one stop to go, just one stop left in this strategy. Pack, that's P1. Okay, Russell's behind you now, and the gap behind us is 11.4 seconds. They're on old mediums. Your pit window doesn't open for more than 20 laps, and that's 42 laps to go. And that's 46 laps of fuel remaining. Okay, the gap behind is 12.1 seconds. That was the fastest lap of the race. Keep this up. Well done. Okay, so the time last lap was a 1:18.4. so that last lap was a 1 minute 18.2. Tyre condition still looking good. First position, front of the pack. Russell behind. Our gap behind is 27.3 seconds. They're on old mediums. Pit window will be open in 17 laps time. Pit window opens in 17 laps. 37 laps to go. That's a new fastest lap of the race. Okay, so that last lap was a 1:17.3. information on Russell for you. They've got an issue with their car, they're going to be slow. They're on old mediums. They're currently 6th. Time last lap was a 1 minute 22.3. Pit lane. Liam's in the pits now. to the car behind is 50.4 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Okay, they've done 10 laps on those tyres. We think they've got one more stop. Your last lap time was a 1:19.8. They're on fresh softs. They're in 9th place. And the time last lap was a 1:19.7. Pack, that's P1. Hamilton behind you now. They're on fresh mediums. Okay, your pit window opens in 9 laps time. 29 laps to go. Okay, that's 33 laps of fuel left. about the tyre condition for now. Everything's looking good. That's Hamilton behind. They're on fresh mediums. We think they've got one more stop. Time last lap was a 1:20.3. Use your overtake button more. It's time to utilise some of this energy. Come on. Hamilton behind you now. They're on old mediums. We think they've got one more stop. Your last lap time was a 1:20.0. Alright, we'll be doing one more stop today. One stop left in this strategy. You've got 4 laps until your pit window opens. Got that confirmed. Okay, copy that. Approaching the pit window now, and you're going to be on hards next time. That's Hamilton behind. 60 seconds plus separates you. They're on old mediums. Their tyres are 19 laps old. We think they've got one more stop. And the time last lap was a 1:19.8.
And away we go. No problems, really smooth. Aston Martin will no doubt be very happy with that start.
Look after these tyres now and want to finish the race on this compound. You're in first position, front of the pack. Hamilton behind you now. They're on old mediums. That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. Let's go. 19 laps to go. Okay, slow down. Your delta's negative, which means you're going too fast. Reduce your pace. Okay, some information on Ricciardo. Okay, they're out of this race. Safety car. No overtaking, reduce your pace. Keep your delta number positive as we form up. Okay, we've been informed due to increasing risks, they're moving from a virtual to a full safety car. Full safety car. You're approaching the safety car, you're leading, so don't pass it. Stay behind the safety car. You're leading pack, that's P1. Norris is behind you. Okay, push, gap to the car behind, 51.6 seconds. Okay, they're on old softs. Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now. All right, 16 laps to go. Okay, they're on old softs. They're currently 6th. Time last lap was a 1 minute 32.7. Okay, the safety car's coming in this lap. We'll be pacing the field in sector 3. Make sure to respect the delta until the safety car's into the pit lane. Okay, clear. Trailing us 5.7 seconds. Norris behind. Okay, gap to the car behind. 5.7 seconds. Okay, they're on old softs. Their tyres are 20 laps old. Your last lap time was a 1:56.1. We're losing about 5 seconds a lap. The pace is too slow. Overtake button more. It's time to utilise some of this energy. Come on. 18 laps of fuel remaining now. I didn't catch that, mate. Just say it again. You're in first position, front of the pack. Norris is behind you. We're leaving the car behind by 7.5 seconds. Okay, they're on old softs. Look after these tyres now. We want to finish the race on this compound. 13 laps to go. DRS has been enabled. DRS is now enabled. That's P1. That's Hamilton behind. And the gap behind us is 10.7 seconds. Okay, they're on fresh hards. That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. Let's go. And 11 laps to go. And we've got 16 laps of fuel left. 16 laps. lap was a 1 minute 24.8. Hamilton's behind you now. Okay, the gap behind is 10.6 seconds. Okay, they're on fresh hards. Their tyres are 9 laps old. Time last lap was a 1:18.8. Understood, copy that. That's Hamilton behind. Our gap behind is 10.8 seconds. Okay, they're on fresh hards. Okay, they've done 10 laps on those tyres. Your last lap time was a 1 minute 18.7. Okay, they're on old softs. They're 8th. And the time last lap was a 1:20.4. Say that again, we're having trouble receiving you. Okay, no issues with tyre wear for now. Keep taking care of them. Hamilton's behind you now. Okay, so the gap to the car behind is 12.2 seconds. Okay, they're on fresh hards. Their tyres are 11 laps old now. Time last lap was a 1 minute 19.0. Battery charge is high, let's use that overtake button a bit more. That's Hamilton behind. Okay, push, gap to the car behind, 11.4 seconds. Okay, they're on fresh hards. Their tyres are 13 laps old. Your last lap time was a 1:18.8. Static over the radio, say it again. Repeat that, I've got some interference here. You're in first position, front of the pack. Hamilton's behind you now. Okay, car behind trailing us, 10.6 seconds. Okay, they're on fresh hards. Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now. 4 laps remaining. And that's 8 laps of fuel remaining. Okay, final lap, let's go, final lap. That's Hamilton behind. Okay, gap to the car behind, 11.7 seconds. Okay, they're on fresh hards, and the Time last lap was a 1 minute 18.9. Okay, they're on old softs. They're in 9th place. Time last lap was a 1:20.8. Ah, fantastic drive. That's just fantastic. Amazing. You deserved that race win. Well done, mate.
Another Spanish Grand Prix is over then, and what a special race it was. So, Natalie, what made the difference out there today?
Well, confidence breeds confidence. Success breeds success. They are very much enjoying the purple patch right now.
It's time to present the top drivers with their trophies for today's Grand Prix. There are a lot of people in the paddock very happy with this result. It's Aston Martin on the top step. So let's have a quick look at how the drivers' standings have changed. Phoenix increases their championship lead. Let's focus on driver of the day, Natalie Pinkham. Come on, who do you pick?
I have to give it to Phoenix.
Let's move on to the constructors. Mercedes continue to extend their lead. Meanwhile, a strong weekend from Red Bull this time out, and they improved their position in the championship. Well, what an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who's joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.